All right, folks, we're going to get started in just a minute. Hope everyone's doing excellent out there. If you're hearing this right now, it means that you are a subscriber on Twitch, or you're watching this later on Twitch on the VOD, or you're watching this on my YouTube VOD because I'm not recording this episode locally tonight, and this is going to go out to the fine folks out there just as a VOD. I'm just going to export this to directly to YouTube and then not edit out the first couple of minutes because I don't bother with that for the VODs. We're running a 60-second ad break right now, and then we'll get into the stream and kind of get into what's going on with everything. So I hope you're ready for that with another like 10 seconds or so. But I did want to explain that because sometimes people are like, hey, every once in a while on YouTube, there's like a bunch of dead air or just like you talking, and that's weird. It's like, yeah, you're right. Anyway, the stream's going to get started in a moment. Get ready for it. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer, and I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Barricade the Leg of the Site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. I'm going to adjust the light here. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like lurking, just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. You can just be somebody that just hangs out. If you got on the phone and you can't, open up the thing to get the chat going because you're just watching on your tablet or your phone or whatever, you can just do that, and that's okay. Ghost Valve is here. Hello, Ghost Valve. Aristophan is here, and Lashbrook is here. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to what might be a chill Saturday night. It's the summer. I get it. People are, it's daylight. You got a lot of daylight out there, so maybe you're trying to get some stuff done, or it's been so hot for you that you can't really do things in the morning or the afternoon, so you go out and you do your errands in the evening. I've been there. I get it. But the folks that are hearing my voice right now and seeing my face right now, I welcome you and I thank you for being here. And then also preemptively to the people that are arriving later, I'll welcome them as well. What's the agenda for tonight's stream? Well, we are working on a model kit. Working on the Providence Gundam. It's big. It's been a little bit since I worked on a master grade, and sometimes I forget that master grades are fucking huge. It's just like a large ass kit, and I got one behind me, and I can look at it, and you can even see like that's way bigger than that, and that, and that, and that. It's not bigger than the Kirby, which you can't see. Kirby's just hanging out in the corner. So I get it. This kit is huge. We finished the chest, the arms, the head, the shoulders, and the waist. And now, and the feet. We did the feet as well. This kit does have feet, and I built them. And now we're going to take the legs. We're going to work on those. We can work those at the same time. We're going to be using a lot of the same pieces, a lot of the same techniques. Build up the feet, or we build up the legs, I should say, because we did the feet. But we can do all this at the same time up until like the final touches on that. And what's after the legs? Well, I don't know if we'll get to the next thing after that because there's a lot going on. We'll body complete the kit. We will do a final assembly of the side skirts because there's this part here. There are things that plug into those, and I don't know what they're called. They're the funnels. That's what they're called. This kit has funnels. We got to build a bunch of funnels, and then we'll put the funnels there. And then we'll start working on the very big backpack. It's got such a large backpack. And then we have a big gun, and we've got a big shield, and a big beam saber, and then the display base, which I already built. And we'll be able to put this thing all together and call it a build, and that'll be great. Oh, and there's even extenders for the backpack fins. We got these clear parts here that you can put on to give the illusion that the parts of the backpack, the funnels of the backpack, have come apart and are just floating in space, which is cool. And we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. When it comes to the entertainment that I enjoy, I try to encourage, obviously, I can be negative on this product here, right? These streams. When I'm negative, it's usually because I'm disappointed or I'm talking about something that sucks. We talk about those things, right? The highs and lows. We're not afraid to talk about that stuff. When it comes to specifically the anime that I talk about, I try not to watch stuff that I think sucks. But sometimes seasonal anime tricks me into thinking it's going to be good. And I watch it and I'm like, wait, this sucks. And that happened this entire weekend. I'm going to fucking talk about 2 shows that I am not watching the next episode of. And there's one show I watched the first episode last week and thought it was okay. Didn't like episode 2. My Tiny Senpai. We're not even talking about episode 2 because I didn't finish it. That might have been partly because of the other 2 shows. I didn't like the 2 shows that I watched so much, and then the 3 really, that I watched a show that I didn't watch this week because I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that. Because people were like, this is the best show of the season. Undead Murder Farce is the best new show. And I was like, well, I might not appreciate it as much as other people, but I need to watch something that at least somebody thinks is good. So, definitely like this weekend, I was like, man, why is the summer anime season balls? Because it really fucking is, y'all. If there was a show in the winter season, or in the end of last year, or the spring season, if there was a show in the spring season that you skipped out on, that you just didn't have time for, go back to it. Because we've got Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, which is by all accounts based on part of the manga that sucks. People don't like this, where the manga goes. And so the animation can only be so good. And like, I don't fucking know what else we've got. It's rough out there. My favorite show this season so far is the show about a vending machine. That's where I'm at, everybody. Now, obviously, we're going over it. Obviously, an isekai about a guy who gets reincarnated as a vending machine, and there are fun characters that like the vending machine. That's right up my goddamn alley. Y'all know that I enjoy a postmodern isekai. That's what I'm into. I love a good postmodern isekai. I love a show that just has the thinnest, dumbest premise possible, and then does a lot with that premise. You know that is something that I am into and here for. But like, process of elimination of the shows that I've watched so far, and the season's not really kicked off yet. There's still other stuff, right? But of the shows that I've watched, Sweet Reincarnation, The Great Cleric, The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen from Villainous to Savior, Reborn a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon, Undead Murder Farce, My Unique Skills Make Me OP even at level 1, and The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today, because we'll talk about those two. Those 2 shows. Of all of those programs, the one I like the most is Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon, because it knows that it is dumb, but it is having a very good time with it. And like I said, Jujutsu Kaisen, like, I don't have the highest of high hopes for it because the source material is supposedly disappointing. So who knows how it'll actually turn out? But it could be. They could be the wizards and make it all work. Coming up, I will be checking out Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, which is a great title that may turn out to be fun. That I'll be talking about on Monday. And I also will be talking about on... so we got just get these next parts cut out. And then next week, I will be trying out Helk, which is on High Dive, which is about, like, they need a new Demon Lord, and there's a grand tournament to decide the new Demon Lord, and for whatever reason, the hero, the person who helped defeat the Demon Lord, is also competing, and that just seems like a fun idea, and also the name of it is Helk, so I'm, like, somewhat obligated to try it out. And then there's a Wednesday show, but right now my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday block is like 4 shows. So I'm going to wait till next Saturday to cover Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence, which is a romantic comedy slice of life set in a fantasy world that seems cool. And so I'm interested in finding out if that is going to be cool or not. I've heard good things. So, but again, that starts on Wednesday, and I've got too many shows. So right now, and I also think, I can't remember what day Undead Murder Farce comes out, but it might be a Thursday. So if I do episode 2, it'll be next week. Because right now, I have no Friday and Saturday shows to watch. Because the ones that are available, I did not enjoy. The 5-minute show about the mangaka that would later make why can't I remember the name of the anime that she made, or the manga she made? Full Metal Alchemist. The mangaka that made Full Metal Alchemist has a autobiographical manga that got turned into a 5-minute, so a short anime, and that didn't get picked up by anybody. It looks like no one's picking up short anime lately because the Funimation Crunchyroll land grab doesn't exist anymore. Hey, Nathan, welcome. I mean, it seems like High Dive's decision is that they're going to spend a lot of money with their Japanese partners to lock in a couple big names like Lupin and Oshinoko and coast on the big ones driving subscription numbers. This season, they've got Helk, which I'm interested in, and they've got The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, which I liked episode 1 of. So right now they've only got 2 shows that I personally, your friend Pat, have an interest in, but that could of course change. I got to see. I got to look and check it out. So right now they only got a couple things. But to me, a couple shows is worth $5 a month. You know? Like if I'm going to watch 12 episodes of a show, let's say average 12, you know, obviously it could change, but if I'm going to watch 12 episodes of something, and so that means I'm going to get 4 episodes a month, if 2 shows, 8 episodes a month, like, yeah, that's worth $5, I think. You know, I could do the math there and think that's worth trying out. Like, that's worth it. Plus the archives of other stuff. Because sometimes you just want to watch your comfort anime, right? I've talked about this before. Sometimes there's just something that you're like, you know what? I would like to watch season 2 of a show that I really enjoy. And so I'm going to pop it over to High Dive and watch season 2 of, of some show they've gotten in the archives. Like, I want to watch Nanan Biori. I want to watch every season of Nanan Biori and the movie. I'm going to make it a whole Nanan Biori day. I got to go to High Dive for that. But it's fine that I can go to High Dive for that. Like, that works out well. All right, so that goes like that. That goes like that. That's one of these done. I forgot to do this other part here. We'll jump back to that in a second. So yeah, I'm a little down on this current season. Again, this is the season to go back to things that you missed. If there was anything from last season or the season before, or even last year that you were like, people were talking about the show and I didn't see it. Now is like the fucking perfect time to get into those shows. So it goes like that. Yeah. And then it goes this. Yeah, this seems to be right. This seems to be what they... I am a little worried. It's a little hard to see which hole this is supposed to go in. Because there are 2. I want to say it's this one because that lines up right. We'll take a look at it here for a second. This seems wrong. This doesn't seem like... Yeah, that doesn't feel right. So this is right. You know what? We'll find out. This won't be too hard to separate if I screwed up, but this looks okay. Because there's going to be more components there, but this looks like what I'm supposed to do. All right, I'm going to build the connectors, so we'll build those. Lots of J parts. I shouldn't even bother putting these away. I should just have them out because we're going to be using them. All right, so what can we talk about tonight on this fairly chill Saturday evening? We got some Twitter updates. I'll start with the quick one. I don't have much to say about this. Twitter circles are going to go away. If you have used Twitter circles, I would recommend trying to remember what you were using and deleting them, because there's no indication that they won't just become available to everyone or be deleted. We don't know what's happening with Twitter circles. So I would say if you were in some Twitter circles and you were saying some shit you didn't want everyone to see, you should delete that stuff, because who knows what's going to happen to it. Last week says, I've yet to check out what shows are on this season. I know JJJ and Bleach are back, but fell off both of those real fast the first season. So I will say this. Season 1, Part 2 of once all the main players are there and you get the like inner school arc, it kicks so much ass. Kaizen really kicks off once we like start getting into the school shit. And I think I mean, obviously there's some sadness but like, I don't know. Once there's a fucking panda, I'm on board. You know what I mean? Like, I'm way more on board. There's a baseball thing that happens that's pretty fucking good. There's there's some real goofs and weirdos in that show eventually. I think it gets better. I am way behind on Bleach because I don't have Hulu, so I wasn't up to date on Bleach. But I will say this season has a lot of isekai, not all of which I want to watch, unfortunately. As the premier isekai person that you know, unless you personally know Annie News. If you know Annie News, that guy with the fake sound for his videos, he's probably more of a premier isekai person. So if you're personally friends with the Annie News guy on YouTube, or Jeff Thu perhaps, although I feel like Jeff Thu knows a lot about trash, which also is isekai, but he doesn't really pay attention to the good isekai out there. So I think I have him on that. But yeah, no, if you know the guy that does a Frasier voice, that's not okay. So there's this dude Annie News on YouTube. He covers a lot of isekai stuff, covers a lot of fantasy and isekai, and he doesn't have a British accent, but he's got an accent. He's got a fake accent. It's the Frasier voice. It's the regal American voice. Like, it's not real. It's clearly a put upon. Like, he just at some point at a young age, because I think it's a younger gentleman, I think at some point he just put on a fake voice for recording videos and now can't get rid of that voice. He just has like that cadence, but it's got that like, oh, I'm doing a voice. It's an actorly voice. I say it's the Frasier voice because Kelsey Grammer's not British. So yeah, that was a sidetrack. But anyway, this season's not great right now. There's nothing incredible. There's some good stuff. There's nothing incredible. Twitter circles are going away. So if you used it before, delete those tweets because who knows? We actually don't know what's going to happen with them. The good version of TweetDeck is suddenly back. So if you use the old one, because remember how they were like, the new one came out and they were like, the old one's not going to last. And also, the new version won't work for people who aren't Twitter Blue in 30 days. So, like, fuck off, everybody. They were doing that whole thing. Now, I guess it's back. The older, better version just kind of came back. Who knows how long it'll be back. Also, I think I talked about this on Friday. Now Twitter embeds work again. You don't have to be logged into Twitter to look at stuff. They backpedaled on that. The assumption is that it's hard for me to get into Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 because I read the manga and know everything that happens after. Everything that happens after this season sucks. Yes, that is the predominant thing that I hear is people just being like, "Well, I know this anime is going to go downhill, so I don't know if I want to be on board." I just think that like Mappa could make it good. Depends on how much freedom they have and how much freedom they want to have. But I do trust Mappa to look at a thing that's a little dicey and go like, well, why don't we tweak this here and there? Will they? I don't know. But I'm kind of along for the ride because I do like those characters. I like the voice actors a lot. I think it looks gorgeous. I'm willing to give it a shot, right? I might not be watching every episode, immediately upon release, but yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot. So yeah, the new version of TweetDeck's back. You don't have to be logged in to see tweets. Embeds work again on like Discord and other places like that. So everything's back to normal and everything's cool. And they sent a cease and desist letter to Meta. That happened. Their Twitter is mad about this because people who were laid off, unceremoniously laid off with no notice and no severance by Twitter, are working there, but not on the code because it's not who they hired. But they're mad. Also, on behalf of Elon Musk, it's just Elon Musk that wants this, but Twitter's also suing. So they sent a cease and desist. They're not going to sue Meta. They are going to sue Watchell, which is a law firm that represented the company that. So this is complicated, but I'll try to say so. You may remember that Elon Musk tried to get out of buying Twitter at the price that he said he would buy it for. Because he was like, oh, they're not giving me the information I need, and blah, blah, blah. And Twitter sued Elon Musk to force him to buy the company for the price that the mean price that he came up with. The law firm that represented Twitter in that is named Watchell. So Twitter is now suing the people that they hired that won the case for Twitter, because Elon Musk, through the guise of his own company, is suing the people that made him buy the company. It's hilarious. It says Watchell exploited a corporate client left unprotected by lame duck fiduciaries. It's a hard word for me to say, so I apologize. The Twitter's in a statement, and then Elon Musk replied to the people that were reporting on this saying, Watchell brags about how many former Delaware judges works at the firm. They specialize in institutionalized corruption. So basically, he is just saying that this law firm specializes in suing people in Delaware, which is where you sue people like this, like that. This is a good state for that. That they specifically are set up in a way, in fact, that they have former judges working for them and all that, to go after people, and it is apparently corrupt in what they do, in that they are going after folks. But it's just very funny that it's not Elon Musk suing them. It's Twitter suing them. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and I don't think it's even going to get settled. This is just, look, what do I know? I'm just a dumbass that likes making model kits talking about anime. But I would probably not sue a law firm. It's just probably my thoughts is I probably wouldn't sue a law firm. I don't know. I wouldn't sue the law firm that made me buy a company. Like, you already lost to this law firm, and your big plan is to sue them? Like, I don't know. They seem pretty good. They beat you, and you're supposed to be smart. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. It's just very funny, the idea that's like, Twitter wins this lawsuit. Twitter sues the people for winning them the lawsuit. Very odd. It never ends. It just never ends, everybody. Other things we can chat about here. Hey, here's a anime adjacent show. I'm not going to do a review. Episode 1 of a American created animation that feels like it is inspired by anime. It feels like the people that... Here's what it feels like. My Adventures with Superman, which episode 1 is available on Adult Swim's YouTube channel. You can just watch it. I believe it's probably region locked, but you should be able to watch it if you're watching this. You'll figure out a way. That show, again, its first episode is available on Adult Swim's website on YouTube if you want to watch that. If you don't have Adult Swim, you don't have cable. That show feels like artists who came up on Tumblr that entered the entertainment industry got to make a cool thing heavily inspired by anime. It's a shoujo. It is a fucking shoujo. It is a magical girl series. There is a magical girl transformation. It is episode 1, which again might not be indicative of the whole series, but it does feel like it is at the very least a window into the show. Felt very much like a 50-50 between Lois and Clark and Superman doing shit, because it's about them being reporters and figuring out who Superman is and all that, or learning about him. But at the very least, I will say this: it's cute, it's fun, and their version of what Superman is and what Superman means, not memes, what Superman means to people feels like it's coming from the right place. It's got a all-star Superman kind of vibe to it, where it's just like, even though it's the new adventures and we're starting or whatever, it's the beginnings. It has a feeling of just like starting in a place of admiration for the character of Superman. And that's fun. And again, it's very anime inspired. It's very like, kids that grew up loving anime that now get to make animation. These are really detailed legs, I should say. Good layering to these goddamn things. I'm impressed. F15 and then D13. Let's do that first. But yeah, so while I was disappointed with the anime that I watched these past 2 days, for the most part, a couple, with one notable exception, I was very happy to watch this. So I recommend My Adventures with Superman. Episode 1, again, available on YouTube if you want to watch that there. On the Adult Swim YouTube, you can find that. And then watch the other ones legally somehow. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? Little wrestling. I did not watch Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling's Summer Sun Princess, which happened late last night. Oops, this is the wrong piece. Pulled the wrong piece out. Yeah, I did not get to that. I will watch it on... let's see. What piece did I need here? I need this piece here. Okay. I will be watching that tomorrow night. So I'll probably get my highlights on Monday. Willow Nightingale versus Athena was supposed to be tonight on Collision. That's not happening, which is a shame. There was some good and some bad about last night's episode of Rampage. Trent Beretta main evented. That's fun. Hikaru Shida versus Marina Shafir. I wish I'd gotten a little more time. I thought that was just kind of cooking, but that was fun. And Shida wore her original AEW ring gear, which is in Fight Forever, because Fight Forever was locked so long ago that she changed ring gear and they didn't update it. So she wore a recreation of that gear, and that was kind of neat for the diehards. It's a nice little tribute to the video game. But it was weird to see her come out in new version of her old gear. But it was a good pay per view, or not pay per view. Good show overall. This was they're in Regina, Saskatchewan. They were in Regina on Wednesday, and they're in Regina tonight as well. Dark Order are fucking heels. They are justified baddies. They are just going full blown heels. Hey, look, the Dark Order won. Did they cheat to win? Did they get done? Do things dirty? Yes, but they are completely justified in really being unhappy with the Young Bucks and their friend, who, when he came back and once he repaired his friendship with the Young Bucks, was just immediately like, I'm good. I'm not going to hang out with the Dark Order anymore. So they're justified in being angry. I don't consider them heels. I consider them justified tweeners, I guess. But they're gonna be treated like full blown heels. I don't agree with it. I think it's foolish to consider them heels, but that's what people are gonna do. And that's fine. I wish they had won on Wednesday instead of winning on the Friday show that not a lot of people watch, but I can't. I don't book AEW, so I don't have a say in that. Where is this good? Where is this? Where do you want me to? There it is. Okay. Couldn't figure out how that piece got together there. We're finally getting some outer armor on this legs done here, which is good. Get some work done on that. Other things that I want to... I'm just going to move this down just a little bit here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. I thought overall it was pretty fun. I did enjoy... despite myself, I enjoyed Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. I thought that was a fine enough match. Wasn't anything too major. It did allow for Ethan Page to make the save after the match. So we got a hometown pop because Ethan Page is Canadian. And they had Canadians doing cool shit all week long. Playing to the home base as much as they could. Other than Matt Menard didn't win. Canadian hero. But other than that, lots of Canadians won. Alright, we got some color pages here on this Master Grade. Let's continue to put armor on this kit. And continue to work on these legs. Over on the WWE side, they spent a lot of the 2 hours of SmackDown dealing with Roman Reigns. There was a whole thing in the beginning where he quote-unquote stood trial, and then he attacked people, and then he got attacked later, and it's a lot of drama, and I know some people are tired of it, but I think it's good. I like it. Madison Square Garden audience was hot as hell and into it the whole night. It was good. Edge had a match, which is a weird thing to say, but true. Edge was the guest on the Grayson Waller effect, and Grayson Waller finally had his first match on main roster because he was injured when he got called up. So he has finally competed in a match against Edge, which it was a solid match. Edge still got it. Edge is still doing things, which is weird. It's just odd. It's just odd that Edge is still out there doing stuff. Let's see. Austin Theory versus Sheamus was nothing to write home about. It was fine. It's not, this feud isn't really going anywhere. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. Sometimes I forget that Austin Theory is on SmackDown. I miss Gunther. I wish Gunther was back on SmackDown. Can we get a trade of those mid-card champions? You know, so it was fine. I mean, the Pretty Deadly alliance with Austin Theory still doesn't make any sense, but it's not the worst thing in the world because I think Pretty Deadly are great, and if this gets them on TV, that's awesome. Goddamn AJ Styles and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross needs to win matches. He did beat AJ Styles in a mixed tag match, but like Karrion Kross just delivers promos that are not believable, where he uses a catchphrase that doesn't make fucking sense, and then he loses big matches against more established stars that you would think he would beat, but he doesn't. And it's weird. It's a weird thing. Like, I kind of think they brought him and Braun Strowman back just to kill an annoying minor promotion. Like, because they did kill that promotion when you brought back 2 of the 3 people, like, at the front of it. But, like, to control your narrative, folks. Karrion Kross, one of his symbols is, and he's left it in the ring as a taunting thing, is he used tarot cards, but he also uses an hourglass. And he says things about, like, you're running out of time and all that. But he also says tick-tock, and hourglasses don't make noise. That's a clock. It's stupid, and he's not supposed to be a dumbass. I hate it. It pisses me off every time, because that's not why I'm supposed to dislike him. I'm supposed to dislike him because he's like, oh, and evil and kind of spooky, and he's going to beat people up that I like and all that shit, which is good, you know, which should be good. And I should be excited about that. And I want to see him get beat up, you know, that kind of thing. But instead, every time he shows up, I'm just like, you motherfucker. Don't you dare have an hourglass in your hand and say tick-tock, you son of a bitch. That's not what that means. Words mean things, and that's not what it is. I'm irrationally upset about that. I know. It's very silly of me to be upset. To be that upset about it. But I am fucking constantly upset about it. So there was a Asuka was supposed to cut a promo. She couldn't because a bunch of people ran out. People attacked each other. There was a moment where Io Sky might have thought about cashing in the briefcase, but then she got beat up, and so she didn't. And it wasn't a good segment, and no one looks great in it. Next week we got Asuka versus Bianca, and my pet theory is that Asuka is going to lose to Bianca, and Io is going to cash in on Bianca, because Bianca was mad that Asuka cheated to win. And then she was supposed to get a rematch. And then Charlotte jumped ahead of her in line for a rematch. And so she fucked with Charlotte's shot at the belt. And I don't know. I think, like, either that or at the pay-per-view, you know, like, she's going to win. And then, like, Io is not going to cash in on Rhea Ripley. Io is going to, even though they're teasing it, that's a red herring. I think for reals, she's going to cash in on SmackDown, but I don't know the exact details. But it would be very funny if that's what they're building to. That's what I think anyway. Let's see. Yeah, Edge versus Grayson, talked about that. And then the ending segment was like was Jey Uso challenging Roman Reigns to a one-on-one fight, to fight him, which will most likely be SummerSlam. And in the process of challenging him to a fight, this recap writes down the words that I also was like, oh, I hope I can find this. He says, You better accept my challenge so I could beat your ass. While holding the belt, which is, I just think, very funny to be like, hey, you better say yes so I could beat you up. You know, the complete destruction of the island of relevancy. It's happening. It's coming. It's on its way. It was a good episode of SmackDown. I don't get much to say. It wasn't the best episode. Apparently, LA Knight was on the pre-show, and that feels like a waste. Like, that's cool for the live crowd, but what about me, an audience member that would like to see LA Knight? How come I don't get to see LA Knight? That's rude. And then also, I guess there was no place to put Selena Vega, but Selena Vega is a New Yorker, and the crowd already loves her, and that hometown crowd would have popped big time for her in Brooklyn. Or not Brooklyn, Madison Square Garden. So that's a shame. It's a shame that she didn't get to have a spotlight. She was in pre-show. I mean, on the plus side, we didn't have to see Lacey Evans wrestle because that was on the pre-show, so that's good. I'm going to panel line what I can right now just because these are going to get bulky and it might be difficult to get in there. I'll find out later if they were. But I might as well hit these. There's not a lot to do here on the legs, but I might as well hit this right now. You see my black marker here on the gray. We're using the black marker just about everywhere. The red pieces, we are using the brown marker, my least used marker. But for this, we'll do it there. Let's see. I don't know what else to talk about. I apologize that I don't have like a plethora of things today. Stuff going on with me. I went for a walk today. I don't recommend it. It was hot and it sucked. I did not enjoy my walk today. So I would say that if you're out there walking, maybe don't. It's not worth it. There is no more Witcher Mercury, Pat. What do I do? Asked John. So that's a good question, right? Because, like, the guy that likes mecha anime, your friend Pat, doesn't have many mecha anime to recommend to you of recent. Because, like, you know, like, SSS Gridman is, I think, fine. People like it more than I do. I think SSS Gridman doesn't really scratch the same itch. That's more of an Ultraman vibe to me than a mecha show, even if there are giant robots in it, controlled by humans. So that really isn't great. I didn't like the AIM show, the other Attack of the Border or whatever, the most recent Sunrise show that's getting another season. I didn't really like that. For whatever, that 45, I don't think it was called 45, whatever it was. That series to me wasn't really there were mechs, but that was more of a human drama that had robots in it. That didn't really feel like a mecha show. So I'm like, I don't really know. Another thing to like really dig into. John, the one thing I can say is dig into an old, for the first time or again, dig into an old Gundam series. I think that is literally the best thing to at this time. It's like, I mean, like, there's a couple pretty good other shows, like, I mean, what was like the manga or anime I liked that wasn't too bad? Maybe US stuff. I know I started Gundog a while back. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay, open that up here, and then anime top 10 2022. Let's see. Yes, I'm looking at my co-host list because they didn't do a guest on Giant Bomb for last year, which is fine, but they didn't. It's a podcast. Okay. Let's see. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tougher mobs. Is like, that's not a great mecha show, but it does have mechs in it, and the animation for the mech fights is really good. Like, there are not a lot of mech battles in it, but every mech battle in there feels like really good. I mean, it's an isekai. It's an Otome game isekai. It was one of my favorite shows last year. The name, I couldn't remember the subtitle, but it's Trapped in a Dating Sim. Has some good mecha in it, and like that might be worth checking out. Um, I'm just looking at my list. I mean, it was Witcher Mercury. It was the top of that list, and then there's some other stuff. You know what? Where's my fucking girls hanging out? They're not fucking, but where are my girls doing cute things anime? They had none in the winter season. We had none in the spring season. We've got none this season. Last year, we had Teppen Laughing Till You Cry and Do It Yourself. Those were standouts. Do It Yourself was fucking lovely. And there were others. Justin O. Spicy says, "Hi Pat, hope your Saturday's going well." It is going pretty well. Yeah, it's pretty chill, but otherwise good. Yeah, we had the show about the alchemist, or the magician, not magician, but the mage that opened up a shop, and it was just like cute girls doing stuff in that show in a fantasy world. That wasn't a good show, but it was all right. But this year, there was that rock climbing show. Not rock climbing, it's like mountain climbing. But I haven't watched the previous season, so I didn't watch that. And then, what was the other show that was out? I heard the judo show wasn't good, but that might be it. The judo show might be the only new anime this year that was girls doing things. There was a cafe full of girls, but that one was a harem show. Just like this season, there's like a guy living with a bunch of the guy who wants to be a monk, and then there are a lot of ladies at the place, and it's just a show about how you shouldn't be lonely. So here's a bunch of ladies. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch that, because those aren't girls doing cute things. Those are harem shows. They're different. You know what? I'll take it back. I'll pull it back the curtain a little bit here. I'll ease back into the booth. There's been one. We've had one cute girls doing things show this season. This year. It was last season. How could I forget it? It wasn't that long ago. Otaku Elf is the only show this year that has been cute girls doing things. That's it. That's all we've gotten. And I really hope the next season we get something like that. You know what? Even though this season's just started, let's see what's been announced for next season. Let's just fucking get into fall 2023. What do we got? A Returner's Magic should be special. That's not one of them. That's going to be a manhwa. I like that manhwa just fine. I don't know what the anime adaptation is going to be good or not. No, that's not it. Beyblade. Kara no Mirror Protocol. That doesn't look right. Nope. That seems kind of... Oh, I do like this one. Yeah, the S rank who raised a girl. Lost a leg, retired, raised a girl. That's a pretty okay manga. We're skipping summer. Yeah, summer is not great right now. Watch some shit you missed. There's just not a lot. Oh, wait, what's this? Ooh. Okay. This is a parent-child relationship. Dekabo Majo no Oyako Jijo. Alyssa, who is a witch that raises a girl named Viola, and Viola grows to beyond even Alyssa's imagination. Is a comedy. Here we go. That sounds like the first show that I'm like, great. Fast forward to fall, so we watch MF Ghost. Yes. Get more of that. No, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm just looking for a cute girl anime show. Here we go. Oh, a vampire. What's going on here? Okay. No, that doesn't look good. Got here. Okay. Hokinzu telepath. Hoshinkuzu telepath. This is speaking my language. All right. The premise of this one is Umika is a high schooler who is very bad at communicating with others, feeling almost like an alien trapped on Earth with nowhere to belong. One day she meets a girl who claims to be an alien. Great. That's coming out in the fall. This is the first. That's two ladies there. Is this romance? Is it? It's a comedy slice of life. The first promising of the kind of show that I'm looking for. Got an isekai about a girl that makes potions. Hey, Lord Crashington. It's an isekai about a girl who makes lots of powerful potions called I Shall Survive Using Potions. Maybe. Lord Crashington wants me to dance button. I will in a moment. I'm in Love with the Villainess is another isekai that I don't particularly love the manga of. And I'm hoping they'll tone it down because it's kind of fucking over, like, it's just a little too much. There's just a little too much going on in that manga, and maybe the anime will be a little more chill. She's just a little too interested in having someone treat her poorly. It's not really my jam. Anyway, thank you for using your channel points. Here's this button that I'm pressing now. Oh. Yeah. And we're doing it. We're making it happen. Playing the song. We got big old pieces here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, these are big old leg armor. These are giant pieces of leg armor here. All right, so right now there's like maybe 2 shows that fit what I'm looking for, which is girls doing stuff together and having a good time. That acting show. There's more girlfriend coming. Girlfriend, not one of those. Even if they put 4 girls on the art, that's not one of those. It's another fucking harem show. Okay, not that. Nope, that's another harem show. I say shy, but I don't know what those girls are doing. Yeah, I don't know. Kimi no Koto ga Daisuke no 100 nin no Kanojo. Let me tell you this premise of an anime I'm not fucking gonna be watching. I'm sure you'll understand why. Rentaro tried again, but after asking out 100 girls out on a date, he was rejected every single time. In desperation, he prays for guidance, only to be told by a god that his rejections were due to some cosmic error. Now the god is going to set things right by making sure that Rentaro gets 100 dates. Except, as things often do with gods, the dates come with a catch. 100 girls are destined to be his soulmate, and unless he returns their feelings each and every time, they'll die in horrible accidents. Sure enough, girls start confessing their love left and right, but how is he supposed to choose? He doesn't want to kill anyone. When he looks at each potential soulmate, it feels like a bolt of lightning. Can someone really love 100 other people? This hilarious romantic comedy takes the harem concept to a wild extreme. Fuck off. Just go ahead and fuck off. Look, this show might spend a minute explaining why this guy is cool, but I bet it doesn't. I bet it doesn't spend any time. I bet the only conceit of it is just, well, you know, he had 100 dates and they didn't go, none of them happened. So there was a cosmic joke being played on him. Instead of being like, yeah, he sucks and no one immediately deserves anyone's time or attention. Because that's never the actual answer in these. So anyway, I'm not going to watch that. Oh, yeah, the guy that people thought was a demon lord. That guy, that's an okay show. Ooh, more of, Ancient Mage's Bride Season 2, Part 2 is coming out. MF Ghost. Fuck yeah. All right. It looks like there's only one show next season. Although we are getting the sequel to one of my favorite shows that I feel like not enough people watched. We're getting fucking season 2 of The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent. And that show whips ass. That show is a fucking romance show using the trappings of isekai to tell its story. But it's just a fucking romance story about a nice lady who is skilled and lovely, and handsome dudes want to hang out with her in a fantasy world, and she helps a lot of people. That first season rules, and I'm excited for more of that. I didn't know we were getting that next season. Now I'm fucking... Okay, there we go. I am now stoked for the fall anime season, because we're getting some of that. That's rad. I didn't know we were going to get that. Frontier. Shy. You mentioned that, John. You don't know what's up with Shy. Earth was on the brink of the third... Well, no. This is not cute girls doing stuff. I'm going to guess that these are girls that are also vehicles. Brink of Third World War with superpowered individuals came forth from each country around the globe, ending the conflict, ushering a new era of relative peace. Among those heroes, Japan is represented by a timid young girl known as Shy. She may spend more time worrying about her own shortcomings than she does battling villains, but she'll show the world that despite it all, she still has the heart of a hero. So that is they're probably not going to be doing cute things. That's just going to be my guess. They're not doing cute things. That's probably that. Yeah. My assumption is that's just an action show. I guess they aren't vehicles, but if you told me that they were actually jets or boats, I'd be like, yeah, of course they are. Of course they're also those things. All right, let's panel line this. We'll start panel line this here. Next season, we're also getting the second season of Spy Family, and we're getting Firin, which is gorgeous and beautiful, of a manga. That's a beautiful tale. Let's see. An age regression show. More Faraway Paladin, which I liked. More Rise in the Shield Hero. Meh. A VR MMO thing that I don't enjoy the manga of. Or Tokyo Revengers. Undead Unluck is not what we're looking for, but could be cool, because I think that manga is pretty okay. So that could be cool. And David Production is a solid studio. So, all right. Yeah. Looks like we got one Girls Doing Things next season. Has anyone read Dark Gathering? Should I watch the first season of Dark Gathering? Or that starts like tomorrow. The first season of Dark Gathering, apparently it's a 2-core. They're getting 25 episodes, so it's a double length. But I don't know. I've never read the manga of Dark Gathering, and I don't know if it's good or not. The main character just looked, I was like, I don't like the vibe of that. So I don't know. But if anyone's read that, you can tell me if I should check it out. We'll get into paneling the big leg in a moment or two. But first, we're going to take a pause for the cause. I've been a little negative tonight. I'm not going to be negative now because I'm in promotion mode. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber of the old Build with Baer Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 Blue emote in the chat. Let the people know you are a subscriber. That's the easiest way to support what I do right here and right now. So feel free to do that. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support me through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use it on somebody. And I would say, hey, what if you used it on me and just supported me that way? It'd be pretty nifty if you did that. Again, you don't have to, but if you want to, you could. There are, of course, other ways to support the channel. There is Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. I'm going to quickly look and see how people are voting on what I should do next Tuesday because my patrons get to vote. So I'm going to look at that. Although right now there seems to be an issue with Patreon, or at least my looking at Patreon, because it says I have 0 patrons for $0, which is bad. It's bad that it says that. So Patreon might be a little wonky right now. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It looks like people want me to play Mars First Logistics on Tuesday. Okay. Well, then I will. It's currently winning the poll. So I guess I'll be playing Mars First Logistics from the beginning. Because I think I can reset my progress in there. If not, I'll figure out how to do it. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear. You can go over there if you want to watch comedy videos and information videos that I do over there. Some critical videos, critiques of the anime season, and other things like that. There's also a membership over there for $2 a month. You can become a member at YouTube. You get my Wednesday videos a day early. This is a good deal. And also, those are monthly ways to support me. But if you want to, every once in a while, throw me a couple of dollars, you can through Coffee or PayPal directly or Stream Elements. And everything I make through direct donations like that. YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me. Patreon and Twitch all goes into a fund, and I buy model kits with that. I've got a backlog. I just picked up another kit. I picked up a kit that is a grunt from Mercury that some people modify into like a Metroid style, like Samus suit. And you'll when I build it, you'll see it. You'll go like, oh yeah, that is a way to do it. So I got a bunch of stuff in my backlog, and I'll be happy to work on that in the future. But I can't right now because I'm working on a kit, this kit right here, that was bought off my Amazon wish list. I got an Amazon wish list, and I got a ton of stuff from there. And anything bought on my wish list, I make a dedicated video for my YouTube channel. And stuff bought off my wish list jumps the queue and becomes the next thing I build. I've got a Lego set and a model kit left that I'll be working on next once this is done. But you can see if you want to pick up something from my wish list, I've got inexpensive Lego sets. I've got more expensive model kits, big kits, small kits, all kinds of different stuff. I try to put the kits in price order, although sometimes those fluctuate, so I got to move a kit down because it's now $22, which is a great deal. But a bunch of different stuff. I just added to the wish list for the Zaku 2 sniper type. The sniper type Zaku 1 sniper type. That's right. It's a Zaku 1. I've built a lot of Zaku 2s. I haven't built a lot of Zakus, the original Zaku 1s. But the sniper type has a really big gun and a stupid face, and I wouldn't mind building that. I just recently added that to my wish list, I believe today. Put that in there. I got a bunch of stuff in there that I'd be happy to build. See if there's something that you'd like to see me put together. You can pick it up, and I'll build it on stream. But yeah, I do try to include new stuff constantly to that list, refresh it with stuff that people would be interested in uh, you know, picking up for me. Just help me out. You can do that. I have a throne wish list if you want an option that is not through Amazon, an alternative to Amazon, but you want to support me by picking up something for me to build. You can do that. Or you go to the hardest thing, the most annoying steps possible, USA Gundam Store. You go to USA Gundam Store. You start an account there if you don't already have one. You buy me a gift card. You get a gift card code in your email. Then you send that gift card code to me as a whisper here on Twitch. Or a DM on Twitter while they still allow that, because people can DM on Twitter still, I believe. And yeah, send me a message there if you want to do that. Obviously, you don't have to do any of those things. Those are just ways to support me. If you want to support me for free, I have a Discord where I post build photos at the end of every stream. I didn't post on Thursday. I apologize. I fucked up and didn't post a message on Thursday. I'll do better. But you could jump in and post photos of stuff you're working on if you'd like. I love to see people's progress. A couple of video links for you to check out. Pat Baer's Anime Club. The 100th episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club was recorded live here on Twitch. And it is me talking about previewing the season that we've just started of anime and talking about the previous season and what I watched there. So, I don't know. I would say check it out. See if there's something there that appeals to you. And then Baerly Rehearsed is an ongoing video series where every week I write a character piece and then perform it. I rehearsed it a couple times. I promise that I am at least somewhat rehearsed. I'm barely at least rehearsed. So take a look at that, see if there's something there. Watch the latest one of those is a video called Randy's Soapbox number 2. It is a reoccurring character now because I've done him twice, so now he's reoccurring. Named Randy, who every once in a while just has to fucking get on his soapbox and really tell it like it is and let the people know what's up. It's time to hear from Randy. He doesn't hold anything back. He's a real wild kid. All right, so now let's talk about some anime. Before we get into the anime talk, I gotta drink some water. I'm in need of it. We have to dramatically transition to the overhead and panel line this big old leg. And we're gonna do that right now. All right, anime talk time. Because we haven't talked about anime enough tonight. We got to talk more about anime. So we're going to talk about The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. And Undead Murder Farce. I'm going to tell you right now, I will not be watching episode 2 of The Masterful Cat is depressed again, or my unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. I did not enjoy either of these. I watched the full episodes. We're going to talk shit about them, and then I will talk shit about them at the end of the season when I do my big review of everything in the next live episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. But right now I can tell you, yikes. So, this is by Go Hand. Go Hand make terrible anime. They're making 2 shows this year, or this season. They're doing this and The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, which I bailed on about 5 minutes in. And you're like, Pat, what's the fucking big deal? What's wrong? You watch some anime that has like cuts corners and like clearly has no budget. What's up with this? So I've collected my thoughts here. I should probably read the manga because this animation is terrible. CGI in strange places. Weird color choices that I'm convinced aren't style choices. Reliance on horribly composited CGI photographic backgrounds. Like, they're just using stock photography in places. It's very obvious. Or terrible CGI. I would like this show if any other studio was making it. It would be an okay show because the premise of A hardworking girl comes home to be with her cat, who is a giant, full, like bear-sized cat that does domestic chores. And the reversals of like, he makes a big meal that she doesn't want to eat, like she's almost cat-like in her behavior, is cute. And it would be fun if it wasn't god-awful to look at and just a fucking bummer. Saku is likable, relatable. She's trying to she's got that daily grind. And you got this somewhat anthropomorphic cat, like not fully. This big cat, Yuchichi, is like kind of believable. Like, because he's big, he's like a big cat, so like normal cat things are, kind of snuggling and almost like choking the life out of you, but not obviously meaning it in a harmful way. Like, that's kind of fun, but not great. It's kind of like fun, makes a fancy meal, and then she can't eat it because it's not because she's fussy, it's because she's like work commitment, she can't make it there. And that's like kind of domestic issues that couples face. But in this case, it's not a couple. It's a giant cat and a human. And I should just read the manga, I think. I think I'm just going to try to get the manga because maybe the real thing is, with these kind of shows, the animation in episode 1 is never the worst animation of a series. Because they get behind, right? They hit deadlines. They're trying to, they've worked on it for several weeks leading up to it, so they're ahead, and maybe they didn't negotiate for a mid-season week off, and maybe there's even like a COVID issue or something, and they gotta like take a break, and they're behind, and they're like loaning out to their studio, but it's not an action series, so what are they loaning out to? And all of that stuff happens. This is episode 1. If episode 1 looks like garbage, episode 8 isn't going to look great. It's just going to look worse. So, good premise. Going to read the manga. Fuck this art style. Fuck that company. They shouldn't be allowed to make anime because they're bad at it. That's my thoughts. So I'm going to put this leg into this kit here. And then we'll move on and work on this other leg. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. So this was a cheat because I knew I wasn't going to love this. I came in knowing this is a weak series. The manga isn't that great. But I thought maybe, sometimes, folks, the anime is better. Sometimes the anime just hits hard. There's an adaptation of sometimes the manga is a poor adaptation of the light novel. That's happened a bunch, and then the anime adaptation is based on a light novel and comes out and is just cooking, and you're like, oh shit, this show rules. That's not the case with episode 1 of My Unique Skill Makes Me OP even at level 1. So here's your basic description of this show as I go and start working on this other leg here. All right, so we got Ryota. He dies from overwork. Isn't that a fucking bummer? It is. It sucks. It's unbelievable. It sucks. But he dies from overwork. And he reincarnates into an RPG world with stat boards and stuff. And he meets a girl named Emily, who's like him, is low status. They have low stats, and they're treated poorly for that. She's got a big hammer. She's a cute young lady with a big hammer and a big heart. And we like and respect and want good things for Emily. Because she's just so kind. So Ryota's stats are low, and his level is capped at 1, which is pretty much just like a death sentence. But he is OP, even at level 1, as the title says. Because he gets S rank drops. So if a normal monster is killed, it usually just has like garbage monsters have garbage drops. But not in his case. In his case, garbage monsters have very good drops. So he can, he can end up getting cool drops and good stuff, and that's what it's going to be. So even though he's only level 1 and will only stay level 1, because he can get awesome shit, it's going to take a while, but eventually he can take care of Emily and give her a good thing, and there's like 2 other girls that show up, and we've got a little bit of a party that also is harem-esque, and who knows where that'll go, but things are looking up for our dude. The animation isn't bad. It's not as bad as the Masterful Cat by any means, but it's not like great. It's not outstanding, and I think an outstanding animation would make me a little more interested in the show. He's just boring, very cookie cutter. Ryota has nothing going for him other than he worked hard. Like, he doesn't have any defining characteristics right away. There's nothing to really keep me interested in what he's up to and what he's going to do. Emily is a tiny girl with a big hammer. I like that dynamic. She's got a heart of gold. I want good things for her. I would like her to be in a better anime. There you go. That's what I would like. I would like her to somehow magically transport into a better anime, and that's not likely. So yeah, that's my unique skill. Makes me OP even level 1. It's so basic and not really great. I say I'm not going to watch the next episode. If this is a really lackluster season and I need things to talk about, I might end up watching episode 2. I don't want to. I'll say that. I'll say this. I'm not looking forward to episode 2 of this show. If I end up watching it, it'll be because I just need shows to talk about to you lovely folks about. But hopefully I won't end up watching it again. And now we'll talk about Undead Murder Farce, everybody. This show is based on the anime called the manga, I should say. This show is an anime. It's based on the manga that is entitled Undead Girl Murder Farce, because she's an undead girl. She's a half demon. But apparently the anime adaptation decided to go with Undead Murder Farce. You might think, Pat, that doesn't sound like something that's up your alley. I don't mind a weird detective show, and that's what this is. This is a weirdo detective show full of interesting characters. And I wasn't necessarily going to watch it. Part of it was that I said this earlier in the stream, but for folks that didn't hear that part, I was so disappointed with the other shows I watched and like the handful of minutes of My Tiny Senpai that I was just like, I don't really want to watch this. And so I bailed on that show. That I was like, all right, let me watch something that's critically appreciated, that people are excited about, that some people are calling the best show of the season, the best new show of the season at least. Let me see it. Let's see if there's something there that works for me. And I like it. It's weird in a way that really works for me. It's we're in the late 80s, which is a cool time for an anime in Tokyo. But there's a bunch of, it's not your usual Japan, because there's yokai and Iaxi. There's some shit going on. And Japan is trying to kill these goddamn yokai. And it's called The Purge, which is, always a good thing. And there's the Oni Slayer. He's a half demon martial artist, and so his thing is that as like theater, he murders monsters for human entertainment, which is fucking weird. Um, Sunichi, who's our main character, and half demon. Uh, let's see. And then he fights some lady. Uh, and she's a maid. But they fought because he got too involved in her weird business, which is the bird cage. Let's see. I'm trying to. This one's like they fucking really pack in information about this anime. Like they really go for like, hey, we're gonna fucking tell you what's up, and we're gonna explain everything, and just fucking buckle up because there's a lot going on. Let's see. If he continues to fight, he's gonna meet his demise soon. Uh, so he's half demon, but if he keeps using his powers, because he's using it every night, if he keeps using his powers and flaunting those powers, eventually the Oni within him will consume him, which obviously is bad. He would not enjoy to be consumed by the monster inside of him. So he's got to fucking figure that shit out. And there's a better way though. They can extend his lifespan if he helps out this maid, and then we reveal what's in the birdcage, which is Aya Rindo's severed head. She's the one who's been speaking through the maid. She's lived for over 900 years. She's one of the immortals, but she's only got a head, and basically she's got to find her goddamn body. Like that's there. We're gonna say that. Basically, someone cut off her head and stole her body, and she knows it's another half Oni, like our guy. And all she knows is that he had a cane with an M on the cane. I don't know. Please don't tell me if you know. If the person who stole her body is Moriarty, because he's a foreigner with an M on his cane, if it's Moriarty, that's going to be fucking dope as hell and stupid. So I really hope it is, because that's the dumbest possibility. This is conjecture on my part. This is just me wondering aloud if they would do something silly like that. I don't think it is. Let's see. Onis apparently, like, full-blooded Onis or half Oni, can nullify monster regeneration. And apparently, he's on the verge of losing his sanity right now. He's close to it. The more times he uses powers. So it's interesting, right? Because it's like, generally, shows don't take this much care, right, in setting up a premise, right? It's like, oh, you saved my life, I guess I'll help you, right? This is just like, hey, I can offer to expand your life and help you. Otherwise, you are going to be in trouble. Like, it is a deal that he really shouldn't refuse. It's an offer that he should accept, I should say. And that's interesting. That's like justification that you don't see in a lot of stories like this. So, I don't know. I think that's a neat element to it that I was surprised by, and I am pleasantly surprised by, I should say. All right, so that goes in like that. Nope, that doesn't feel right. Oh. Sorry, let me just try to get this in right. This goes like this. This goes like this. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. These are on the back. We've got these funnels here. I'm not going to panel line the ones that go on the back because we'll never see those. So I can just do that. I don't think we'll see them. If we do, I can panel line it later. But we're close to being body complete here, and I would like to get body complete by the end of the stream. So I'll just get these going while I talk to you about more of this. Let's see. So I need all these 7s gotten out of here. Let's see. Let's see. Apparently, he knew this was happening, and he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. That was always the plan. That he knew that. So he was like, "Oh yeah," because we get backstory in episode 1, a justification of why he was doing this when he should have known that it was terrible for him. He did know that he was doing it because he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to fight some monsters in front of a big crowd, and like if I was gonna go, I was gonna go." But now he's like, "Okay, I guess I'm teaming up." Got a ideological differences here. Also, it seems like she wants him to kill her eventually, which because she's lived for over 900 years, and that kind of came out of nowhere. And he's like not interested in doing that. And he got some philosophical debates on that, which I thought were pretty well done. All right, so we need E5. We need all the E5s to come out of here. We'll panel line these because they're going to be on the side, and we'll be able to see those. Got some nubbins on here to take care of. And so they're going to go to Europe because they think that's where the body is. And apparently, the guy that made him half demon, half Oni, we think is the same person, coincidentally, because he remembers a guy with an engraved cane is the person that captured him. So they strike a deal. He's like, and you'd think that would, like, there's probably more twists and turns. You'd think that would be a revelation that would come later. They like, well, actually, the reason I said yes is because I think we're after the same person. But no, they were just like, I also want to do that. And then, apparently, to extend his lifespan, the thing he needs to do is accept fluids from our severed head. And he chooses saliva, and it ends with them about to kiss one another. And that's how the episode ends, which is a weird end. This animation is fucking gorgeous. It's weird in a way that I can really get behind. I'm excited for episode 2. I think I'll be watching these on the weekends because I think it's a Wednesday show, I want to say, or a Thursday show. I'm not sure. But I've got plenty of shows to watch in the middle of the week, so I'll probably watch this on the weekends. Because right now I have nothing to watch on Saturdays, or Friday and Saturday. But yeah. This is fucking weird. And you probably going to London. And yeah, maybe there's fucking, because I will say this, friends, as far as I know, Jack the Ripper is in this fucking show. So if Jack the Ripper's in the show, I can also see Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty also being in the show. I'm kind of sick of Sherlock Holmes anime, but like, unless he becomes a major character, I think it'll be fine. It's a weird premise that I'm not against. I think it was. There's a lot of fucking style to this one. This one's got style. And I'm always here for a stylish anime. So, yeah. Undead Murder Farce. Based on the fiction Undead Girl Murder Farce. Because it changed the name slightly. It's, yeah, it's pretty fucking good. It is, yeah, it had an intriguing first. I would say give it a look. It's on Crunchyroll. It had an intriguing first episode. I am interested to see what comes of it. Because, yeah, I thought the animation looked pretty great. So, yeah. Now is the part of the stream, friends, where I want to hear from you. What are you watching? What are you playing? It's been a very chill stream tonight, which is fine. That's always okay. But I would love to hear from you about what you're watching right now. If you're playing anything, did you see that Indiana Jones movie? I think my parents are going tomorrow to see that, which is fun. Fun for them. If you, if you are Mission Impossible, or if you're watching TV or anime that you like, if there's a show that I haven't covered yet that you're like, Pat, you should be watching this. Let me know. I'd like to hear from you about what you're out about and into. On the video game front, I'm playing Diablo 4. I'm in tier 3 for like a week and a half now. It's good. I'm having a good time with it. I'm playing Hearthstone, as always. I have a new deck for the new mode that's getting me some wins, so that's fun. I'm doing okay in there. I haven't played Persona 4 Golden with mods in a hot minute. I would like to play more Persona 4 Golden with mods soon. No new mods since the last time we streamed it. I'm still playing with the cat mod, which is still terrible in a good way. It is still a very fun, bad mod that I still enjoy. So I am playing that, and having a good time with Persona. And but it's been a hot minute since I got back into that. I gotta get back into that again. Mars First, I've been checking out. I'm gonna have to do that more before the stream on Tuesday. I want to get farther and reset, because I'm not good with the controls yet, and I feel like it's going to be frustrating enough for me to just like figure out the things I need to build. So I do want to like get more comfortable with using a controller for that game and figuring that part out, but I will. I should say, Power Wash Simulator. I am in. I don't know if I don't think I got there. I did talk about this on Thursday, I think. I'm not done yet, but I am in the final stage of it. I don't know. If you love Power Wash Simulator, you should get the SpongeBob SquarePants expansion. I think it is good content. There's free stuff coming this year. You don't have to get it because it is paid, so I'm not going to say you're obligated to get it. But I would say that if you like it's fun. There are fun locations in SpongeBob, and even as someone that's not super familiar with it, like this last stage that I'm doing, I have no real relation to anything happening in it. I'm just washing stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what this does or what this is supposed to be. It's fine. This is like a weird Batman motif with characters I don't know anything about, but I'm like, whatever. It's still engaging, and I'm still enjoying my time with SpongeBob SquarePants DLC in Power Wash Simulator. Let's see what you had to say, friends. John said, I'm finally playing through Fuga Melodies of Steel, and I refuse to shoot a furry kid out of a cannon, as we discussed earlier, trying to find a new show after Victory Gundam. Well, good luck to you. I hope you find your new show. I hope you find something great to watch. Aristophan saw the indie movie. It was fine. Great review. Looking forward to Mission Impossible. I have mostly been playing Final Fantasy 16, and I finally got to World Tier 4 in Diablo. Hell yeah, Aristophan. Like I said, I'm still Tier 3 because that is my listen to a podcast and play game. And I don't have a lot of those right now. I don't have time for that, really. So I gotta make some more time for more Diablo, because I still enjoy playing it. Bobby Dice Roller just gave out 5 subs. I'll come back to the more messages there because we do want to thank Bobby for that. So thank you very much, Bobby. Throw in the Bear Cave Lego site emote and welcome some new gifted subs too. Jace, Death Strike, Lay's Shugum, Straw Hat NPC, and Blue Brain. Thank you very much. And Manuel says hello. Welcome. We're going to throw the emotes in the chat. Thank you very much, Bobby, for those gifted subs. Welcome to the top of the gift sub leaderboard. Appreciate that. Lord Crashton said, I've been rewatching Futurama and getting annoyed that Hulu has the episodes in order of when they aired, not production order, which is different. Those two things are different. They did air episodes out of order, and that is frustrating, Lord Crashington. So episodes are in weird order in the later Fox season, and they split up the 4 seasons into 5 because the way Fox spread them out at the end. Just Another Spicy asked, we're in the What We're Watching segment? Yes. Just Another Spicy, I end towards the end of every stream, and we're in the last 10 minutes of the stream right now. I ask people what they're up to, what they're got going on. I didn't always do this, but then I realized, this is a great way to check in with you folks and see what you're up to. So yeah, this is the what you're into. Or say hello, please. I'm Manuel. Okay, hello, Manuel. Welcome. I did say hello when you said hello, but that's okay. Welcome to the old Bill with Baer Workshop. Right now I'm panel lining some side skirt attachments that we were putting on here. And then we will be body complete on this kit. And then all we have is the weapons and the giant backpack, which we will get to on another stream. Most likely we'll start the big backpack because we'll have a little time. Yeah, are there any other games that I have been playing right now or things that I've been watching? I mean, like I said, I'm watching the anime. We talked about the shows that I've been watching. That first episode earlier in the stream, we talked about the first episode of My Adventures with Superman, which looked rad. I do not believe that Armored Core 6 is out yet, John. No, I believe that is not out yet. It might be, reviews embargo might have been up for that, maybe? I don't know. Late August. Okay, thank you, Wristfan. Just Under Space says, I've been revisiting old PS4 games I haven't played yet. Little Big Planet 3, Killzone Shadowfall. I also have been playing Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Nice. That's fun. Yeah, a couple of my friends are getting really into Street Fighter 6, and I have been hanging out with them in the Discord that a lot of us are in. They have been streaming their games, especially World Tour stuff, and that has been fun to watch them play. It's not for me, but it is fun to hang out with my friends while they're playing a video game. We don't have a big multiplayer game. The friends of mine that were trying to make Overwatch 2 work, I haven't played a minute Overwatch 2 because I just didn't really love Overwatch to begin with, and this is a worse Overwatch. So I was like, my friends have finally given up. Where you get your things, bro, I think are very specific things. If you're asking where I get my model kits, the model kits that I build on stream, if that's what you're referring to, primarily I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon because I don't have a local shop near me. I would love to shop locally, to go to a hobby store and pick something up, but unfortunately I do not have that option. So I get a lot of stuff here on Amazon, and I also buy some stuff from USA Gundam Store. That is where I pick up a lot of model kits as well. But yeah, primarily Amazon, unfortunately. I wish I could shop locally, but there's nothing in my area. I, too, have never gotten into OW2, despite over 2,000 hours. After Blizzard and Bobby Kotick stuff all came up, I'm just pass on them. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, John. I mean, I still play Hearthstone. I still really enjoy Hearthstone, but I am not right now, like super into the idea uh, of Overwatch 2. You know, like I said, I was never super into Overwatch, and there's a lot of bad experiences with that. Oh, I didn't panel line the other side of this, so we'll hit that in a second. Mortal Kombat 1 looks super rad, so I decided to play the recent entry. Hell yeah, just another spicy. Yeah, no, I mean, look, Hearthstone is my everyday game, and Diablo 4 is my, oh, I want to put on a podcast and go and kill a bunch of monsters and run around game. I don't stream either of them. I don't think I'm going to stream either of them, but, you know, that is where we're at with those. I totally respect and understand when people are like, nah, I'm good. Because I'm like that. I'm like that with some titles that I'm just like, nah, I'm all right. Not for me. You know, I'm very particular about those things. But I do also like to have a few games that are just games that I play and I don't stream. This conversation has come up before on this channel, but I'm a big advocate of having hobbies that you don't monetize, and unfortunately, I don't have any of those. All my hobbies are monetized. So I try to have subcategories like Hitman. I'm never going to stream Hitman. That's for me. Diablo 4 is another one of those. That's just a video game that I play, but I don't play it on stream. I just play it when I want to play it, how I want to play it, and we're good there. I have a couple of those things, and that's nice. John says, moving 6 to down to 5 means you have to kick someone out too. Yes, John. And it does mean that, yes, which is a problem. It's a frustrating problem. Hey, Pat, do you have any wrestling streams coming up soon? And then, hell yeah, Hitman rules. It does rule. Really, I'm not good at it. I have a great time I have such a good time being not very good at Hitman, but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy my like, whoa, I fucked this up. Can I get out of this? Yeah, Lashbrook, I hope you're all right. I hope you're doing better with your ankle. And I'm glad you're getting some Street Fighter 6 practice in at least. But yeah, I hope that works out for you soon, my friend. All right, now we're going to get into this big old backpack. And when I say big old backpack, look at this shell. It's huge. Look at this goddamn thing. This backpack is so ridiculously large. You love the old weird wrestling streams. Oh, I appreciate that. The French wrestling. Yeah. I don't have anything on the docket right now for wrestling right now. But I imagine I will probably do some wrestling streams this month. I will do a wrestling stream this month, most likely. I don't know exactly when that'll be, but I probably will do an old wrestling night sometime. Possibly this month or in August. So the next two, I guess what I'll say is, Bobby asked this question. At some point in the next 2 months, this month and next month, I'll do a wrestling stream. I don't know exactly when that'll be, but thank you for asking. And yeah, I think it's coming. I think it's only a matter of time before I get the itch to talk about some wrestling, talk over some wrestling. Because I did that on my birthday, so that was the end of June. We did a segment with the French wrestling. But I would like to talk about some French wrestling, some Japanese wrestling, and do another one of those. I have some stuff in my backlog. Also, Bobby just gifted 5 more subs. Thank you so much, Bobby. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it very much. So let's throw the Bear Cave, Lego Scythe, and Tier 2 Blue Emote in the chat. And welcome Bog Noise, Zinu, Dude Wants His Rug, Keto X, and Sven Crozy. Welcome, everybody. Bobby, that's very kind, and I appreciate you for that. I'm going to try to get one part of this done. We are going to wrap up in a moment or two. We will raid. That is how we end every stream. So we'll go find some people doing some cool stuff and go hang out with them on a Saturday night. But I do want to get at least some of this backpack started. But we body completed this kit. That was my goal for tonight, was to get these legs done and assembled, and we did it. And they're pretty complicated legs, so, and had a lot of panel lines to get done, so that's good. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't think we're going to finish this kit on Monday. There is a chance we will. So I will put out a poll. Oh, no, I can't put out a poll yet because I have 2 things in my backlog. And normally I would do a poll to decide what I'm going to do next. But one of those things was purchased by Harold. And Harold is currently on vacation and isn't watching my streams. And I don't want to build the Lego set. Harold requested it, and I would have done the same thing. I don't want to build it while Harold is not around to watch. That's H-Bomb and Friends, if you don't know. So I'm going to wait on that. So I do know what I'm building after this, the Zoart. So we might start the Zoart on Monday if we finish this kit up, but I don't think we will. I think we'll get very close. We might finish by the end of the stream. But the Zoart is the next thing that I'll be working on. A good grunt with a lot of weapons on the backpack. I like that. And then we got a Lego set, the Aston Martin, that we'll do in the future. Or Asto, yeah. That's a small little Lego set that'll be an easy build. I did a rewatch of some of the 2012 2013 Giant Bomb Game of the Year videos, says Lord Crashton. All right. Which include a great Hoarder-style show featuring Jeff and some good 70s, 80s, 90s bumpers. Yes, the hoarding show was well done. Eventually, they just wanted to focus on the games, and especially with, like, once you have people flying in and being in a hotel, like, you can't really have production. Like, once they got too big for that kind of huge style thing. And then they still did some stuff. I mean, you still have one of the things that led to me doing this, which is the fake shows, the fake YouTube shows they were all doing, which included Austin Walker's Gunpla video, which kind of inspired me to finally get off my butt and start streaming my actual Gunpla streams, which I had always wanted to do, or at least, even if I hadn't always wanted to do this exact kind of stream, I'd wanted to start streaming, and I didn't know what to do. And then I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. There are model kit building streams out there. I can just do that. I don't know which way this is supposed to go. Is it supposed to go like this? Yes, I think it is. All right, great. I got it. I don't know why that was so complicated, but it was. All right, and then we'll put this one in here. So we got something started with this. I don't know where it's going to go. But we got why is this being awkward and weird? There it goes. We got our big backpack started. We have to build. So what we have left is a big backpack, some big booster rockets that have to go into it, and then we've got all these parts that need to go into it. The back here, their own funnels, and then a gun, and then a shield, and the beam saber that is part of the shield. The shield has a beam saber, everybody. It's pretty fucking cool. So this is going to take a lot to put together. It's going to take a little while before we can get this whole thing together. So we might not even finish on Monday. But we're getting there. I'm looking forward to getting to the cooking show. Oh, yes. Yes, the cooking show segment was fun. That was a fun Jeff video. And then the survivalist Vinny Caravello. All right, friends. So we're body complete on this kit, and it's looking fucking rad. But now at this point, we're going to go and find somebody doing cool shit out there that we want to go hang out with. So we've got to go on a raid. So that is the next thing we're doing right now, is we're going to go hang out with some people. We're going to find somebody doing some cool shit and go spend some time with them. Who should we raid? Let's see. Well, thank you, Just Under Spicy, and some Justice. We always end with a raid. Yes, indeed. And who are we going to go raid? I'm going to see right now. And then I'm going to watch AEW Collision starting at 11 p.m., the West Coast feed. How long has this person been going? How long has our friend been going? Only an hour. Great. We're going to raid Xandra. Xandra made all my emotes and is a lovely person. My friend Xandra rules. And she's only been streaming for an hour, and we're going to go raid her because she's great. So I'm happy that she's doing an evening raid. So yeah, let's go hang out with Xandra. Feel free to come along this raid. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Come back on Monday as I maybe finish up this kit, but probably not. We'll get close to it though. Oops. Why didn't I not? Copy. There it is. Paste. Great. So come along on this raid. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to go watch some wrestling, and I'm going to watch wrestling tomorrow. And you know what? I might even watch wrestling on Monday. But definitely model kit building on Monday. I'll see you soon, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Have a good one. Goodbye.